Alright, guys, I'm here with Kunal, and he placed 19th in the Wisconsin Regionals with hats.
So I chose Hat because I thought it would be one of the best decks coming into the new format with Shadalls and other new Dual Alliance decks running around. So there we go. I played 3 traptrixs from Remelio. It's a really good card. It allows you to search out any trap hole card. So if you get this first turn, you at least have something to protect yourself with. Then I played pretty standard floating engine with 3 ice hand and 3 fire hands.
Alright.
These were really good throughout the day because obviously when they get their effects, they float really well, and there wasn't that much. There isn't many things that can stop monster effects, so that activating Graves, so it was really nice. Then I played, in order to complement the Mermelios, 2 Dianea. I thought that 3 was going to be way too much for this event, and it allowed me to go into really nice XZ plays. Then I played only 2 Moraltok. The reasoning behind it was I didn't want it to break in hand, but it was actually detrimental to my success. If I had played the third multiple times, I would end up getting 2 Sanctums and then having 1 Moraltok Engrave or 1 in hand or set. And I felt like if I had to change anything about this deck, I would definitely play 3. And for the last card and for monsters, I played 2 Maxi because I felt like there was going to be a lot more spammy decks like Stella Knights, Burning Abyss, and then Madolches and stuff like that.
How did the Maxis go? Did you keep them in?
Yeah, I for some matchups I kept them in, like, you know, stuff that would spam a lot. But then for some of the matchups, I sided them out. I kept 1 in because a lot of people ended up signing in hands, so I wanted to have something to get some draw power with, because this deck really loses if you lose card advantage really quickly.
Alright.
So,
spells?
yeah, we're moving on to spells. So I played Triple Pot of Duality. This is a control-based deck. You need to get to your negations and your Remelios and Sanctums as fast as possible. There was only probably once where the condition of not being able to special summon kind of hurt me, but you know, you gotta play it if you're playing a control deck. Then I played 2 Forbidden Lance. Lance was there for having my Melios go off and having things stick onto the board like Dianeas and Moraltoks.
Ever help you with the attack boost?
Yeah, the attack boost was very detrimental, very useful because it allowed me to crash into windows and activate it.
Yep.
Then,
solid.
Yeah, then my tech choice for this event was 1 Forbidden Chalice. This was put in here because not only does it negate monster effects, but it also boosts 400. It gives your monster 400 extra attack. The reasoning behind it was, you know, obviously effect negation, but also if I'm playing Shadalls, you can attack them, and when they're attempting to activate their flip effect, you can chain Chalice to it, because you can activate it during damage step, and it's one of the few cards that can actually do that.
It's very nice.
To counter back row, I played 2 Mystical Space Typhoon in the main. I felt like 3 was going to be too much because of, you know, Shadalls and other decks, because they have back row that could just be chained to it, like Sinister Shadow games. So, but there would also be some problem cards that I would need to get rid of in the main, and that's why I kept those in. Main deck those, and it was really well. And then I played 3 1-ups. Played a Dark Hole, just general board clearing, and
Dark Hole's Dark Hole?
Dark Hole's Dark Hole, yeah, you gotta play it. Then I played 1 Book of Moon. Book of Moon was amazing. You set windows. You can, if your opponent activates Effect Veiler, which a surprising amount of people played, you could Book of Moon your card and have the effect still go off. And if I ran into something like Mirror Force and I didn't have a Lance, I could just Book of Moon my guy and prevent him from being destroyed.
Very good.
And then I played 1 Soul Charge. Soul Charge was a very interesting card. It definitely made my opponents kind of scared because they thought once they got rid of my monsters I would only have Call of the Haunted or Dianaeus to bring back, but having Soul Charge to bring back Remelios, Dianaeus, Hands, or even Moraltox, it was amazing because Moraltox gets its effect whenever it's special summoned. The only bad card that you can Soul Charge is Max C.
Just one question.
Yep.
Was one a solid number for you? Just running one?
Yeah, one was pretty solid because your deck is not really supposed to be special summoning that much, and this was just this was to allow you to flood the field again and make multiple XCs. Like say if you go Diane and Remelio, then you can go Castel effect, and you have 2 targets in grave and stuff, so you can do that.
That's nice.
Then I played a bunch of traps. I played 3 Sanctum. It's pretty standard and obvious why you play 3 Sanctum, special Moraltoc, win the game.
Necessary.
I didn't really ever resolve the when this card is destroyed, you get to pop a card.
Okay.
Then for effect negation, I played 2 Breakthrough Skill. Breakthrough Skill was amazing card. There's nothing more to say about it. Deep Prisons, these were for hand mirror match, which I sadly never played. Playing against any deck that would attack you and get its effect in grave. That's why I chose it over Mirror Force. Then I played 1 Call to bring back Moraltox and Remelios and such.
Yep.
Then I played 6 1-up traps. And Bottomless, Solemn Warning, TT, Compulse. Then for the trap holes I played Time Space and Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare. They were both really good. I wish I played one more of those.
Of which one?
Of Time Space Trap Hole.
Alright.
So moving on to the side deck. I played double Banish of the Radiance. This was probably the MVP of the whole day because no one really expected me to bring those in. In order to bring those in, I side out the whole hand engine, which game 2 and game 3 wasn't really that important. But it stopped a lot of things like Shadal's and Medolce and anything that would have effects like required being sent to the grave and stuff. That's why it was there. Then I played 1 DD Crow for Bougians and then Water, because I know a lot of people from our locals played Water, so I wanted to have that for the gun. 1 Neospatian Grad Mole. The reasoning behind this was you could crash into Winda, Construct, or whatever, and then it would just send it back to hand. Then I played the 3rd Maxi for the spam decks. Then 3rd Mystical Space Typhoon to side in when I feel like they're going to side in a bunch of cards that'll stop me from going off, like Royal Decree and such. Double Novum and a Crossout for the Shadal matchup and Gears. Then for Shadal's Infernities at Burning Abyss, I played triple Shadow Imprisoning Mirror.
Triple. You weren't having none of that.
Yeah, I wasn't having any of that. Luckily, I've played at least a couple rounds of dark
matchups.
Yeah, dark matchups. So those came in really handy. And I set it in 2 Deep Dark Trap Hole. This was really good against the Shadal matchup, a Lightsworn matchup, and anything, and even Mirror match sometimes, because it just banishes the card right out without sending it to the grave or destroying it. Then 2 more cards inside deck. Memory of an Adversary. A lot of people didn't expect this to come in. It's like a Deep Prison. It banishes their card, but I take damage and I get to take their card at their next end phase. So it was really good to bring in against Shadals who can't be destroyed. So moving on to the extra deck. Play 1 Abyss Dweller. Anything that activates in grave, Water, Burning Abyss, Shadals. It's great.
Dweller.
Yeah. Kerrigan, Anti-Luminescent Knight. Target man, you can switch targets if they MST something that you really want, like say they know you set a warning or a bottomless, you can switch it to Moraltoc, have the Moraltoc go off. It's really good.
Yep.
Dagosto Emerald. to recycle hands or Moraltax back to your hand. Really good. Pata Abris. Castel. Castel allowed me to send shuffle cards back to their deck, like fusion cards, or I played against a spellbook matchup and I sent back his spellbook tower.
Nice. Pretty good.
Exciton Knight to Exciton Knight, you just blow the whole field up.
Yep.
Pretty amazing. Diamond Direwolf for single target popping. Gaga Cowboy for the 800 burn, because burn is really good.
Yep.
Laval Chain. If I'm ahead, in order to stay ahead, I would stack Dianaeus on top of the deck. And it was really good. Maestroke, I never brought her out, but in theory she's really good, because she's a 1800 body with a 2300 defense, so you could just freely go in and crash into whatever you wanted, and it would still stay alive. Number 50, Black Ship of Corn, sending cards to the grave is really good and 1000 burn. Rhapsody, Lightsworn, Shadal's, Madolche, if for some reason they still have cards in grave, really good, and you can attach it to any of your XEs. Heartland Draco, I sadly never got to bring him out, but in theory he's really good. The 2000 Direct can win you games. I played 2 101s. He was really good. I wasn't gonna lose to too many special summon monsters, and I ended up summoning 101 and attaching a Rhapsody to it, so it was a 3300 attack monster with no material attached to it, so there was no way that people were gonna get over it. And then 1 Constellar Pallades for in case I have 2 Moraltox on in the field, because he's one of the best XCs right now.
And that's Kunal's profile.